Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is TATIANNAANESA. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and join the fam. I feel so good sitting down and filming with you guys today because I haven't sat down and filmed in over 2 weeks. I have had the busiest 2 weeks in a very long time. So 2 weeks ago, I was on a cruise, and then the next week I was visiting family in Louisiana, and then now I am back home. And of course, now that I'm back home and no longer busy, I'm sick. So I am pushing through for you guys today because Makeup by Mario gave us a new product to talk about. And when I tell you everyone is talking about this new foundation, everyone is talking about it, so I am going to be reviewing it for you guys here on my YouTube channel. I'm so excited. So if you want to see my first impressions, my thoughts on this, you want to know all of the gist about this and see a wear test, then definitely keep on watching. I am not even gonna lie, it hurts to talk, but if I sound weird, it's because my throat is so sore, you guys. We are pushing through this week because I need to make up for lost time on like all of the stuff that I have missed, you know, the past 2 weeks. But yeah, let's get into this foundation now. When I tell you I ran to Sephora. I ran to Sephora to get this foundation. So this is the new Surreal Skin Foundation from Makeup by Mario. So excited to dive into this. So let's get into the gist about this. First off, let me open it up. So the shade that I picked up was 24N. It was hard picking out a shade. I actually originally purchased this online when it first launched, like at 12 midnight at Sephora. I went on the website and just purchased it, and then I saw that it was in stores, so I went in stores, and the shade that I picked up online was like gonna be way too light, and a lot of them were just kind of like either too light or too dark, like the shades that I thought that I would be. So I ended up picking up 24N. I don't usually go for more neutral, more like golden undertone foundations, but the neutral one looked the best for me. So this is what the component looks like. You do get 1 fluid ounce of foundation in here. That is pretty standard across all foundations. The packaging on this foundation looks pretty simple. That is Makeup by Mario. He gives us very simple, classic white packaging of the actual product, and the boxes are always like black. I love how all of the products literally match each other, so that's really nice. And it does have a pump for you to pump out the product. Okay, so this says it is a breathable, luminous foundation that effortlessly builds and blends to illuminate the complexion with customizable, long-wearing coverage. So the highlighted ingredients on this foundation is grapeseed oil and towel squalene, which adds moisturizing benefits, and then there is perfecting powders that helps with skin's natural texture for a smooth and enhanced finish. No, I have like more combo oily skin, but during the winter my skin is pretty dry, so usually if this came out during the summer I would be like, okay, hold on, no, I can't do the luminous, the luminosity. But I will say, looking up close to this foundation, there's like tiny little specks of shimmer in here. I don't know if you guys will be able to see. I probably will have to add a little clip in here, or we'll see if you guys can see it, but maybe you won't be able to see it. I'm trying to put like an up close little shot of this foundation for y'all on the camera so y'all can see that there's a little bit of luminosity in here, but we're gonna see how this wears and all of that because I'm gonna do a wear test for y'all. So I am going to prime my skin. This is what I would normally do. I am not going to go in with a mattifying primer just because I want to see how this lasts. I'm going to go in with a more smoothing primer. So I'm going to go in with my Tatcha Silk Canvas Primer. And I'm just going to take it on one side of my face just so we can see how this compares. I have the Tatcha on one side of my face. This side, I'm not going to put anything, just so we can kind of compare, because I know there's some of you out there who don't like to wear primers. So that's what we're going to do. And I am also going to use a sponge on one side of my face and a brush on the other, just so we can see which one gives the best coverage. So I'm going to go ahead and take 2 pumps. 1, 2. Might be too much, but we shall see. We're gonna do the brush first because why not? So I'm just gonna take a little bit of this. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. Okay. And I'm just gonna just start to kind of like blend this in to my skin. Oh, okay, I think this is actually a really good match for me because I was struggling in store at Sephora, but we're just gonna just blend this in. It doesn't really have a smell. That's good in case you're very sensitive to smells. But I will say it is definitely giving medium coverage for sure. It looks, ooh, so far it's looking really good. Oops, put a little bit too much up there. It does feel very hydrating too. Like I can feel as I apply the foundation to my skin, I feel like I definitely feel the hydrating benefits in here. So here is one side of my face blended out with the foundation with a brush. Now I will say, though I can see like little specks of like glitter in here, like shimmer, I don't see it on my face at all. And I definitely can see like that radiance as the light hits my face. It definitely does look really radiant and really beautiful. I put a little bit too much on up here, got all up in my hair. But that honestly blended out so beautifully, and I really like using this brush. The brush that I used was the Morphe E44 brush. This looks like my skin. I just feel like it looks so far like one with my skin. Basically kind of use the whole 2 pumps on this side of my face with the brush. So I'm gonna grab a little bit more. So I'm just gonna grab like one more pump. I will say, normally with some foundations, if you do like a full pump, you don't get a lot out of the pump. But with this one, you get a lot of product with the 1 pump. So, but I will say I did use 2 pumps basically for the other side of my face. Now we're gonna go in with a sponge on this side. And keep in mind, this side does not have the Tatcha primer. So this is just going on my bare skin. That's the whole 2 pumps. And I'm just going to just blend this all in. Now I usually use a beauty blender to blend out my foundation. I feel like it just gives me a more seamless blend. It just melts into the skin. I'm not really having a preference on which side I like more with this foundation, but let me just say my skin looks good with this foundation. It looks so beautiful, and the shade, honey, the shade match is on point. The shade match is truly on point. It's all on my skin. I can see that like my birthmark is still kind of peeking through, but I kind of like that. I feel like this foundation is really good for like a natural, everyday makeup look. Now this is a first impressions. I am gonna do a wear test and we're gonna see, but my thoughts right now are just from first impressions, having it on right now. So far, this looks really good. I don't have a preference on which way I like better, the sponge or the brush. I feel like they both literally help this foundation melt into my skin. What I'm going to do is apply the rest of my makeup, see how everything applies on top of this foundation. And then we'll be back for like my initial first impression thoughts, and then we're going to get started with the wear test. All right, so here is the finished makeup look. I applied all of my makeup on top of this foundation, and let me just tell you, I feel like my skin has honestly never looked better. My skin looks so beautiful and dewy and just really healthy. I feel like this foundation is so pretty. Like, it sucks that this is coming out at the end of 2022 because so far this foundation is giving. So I am definitely going to be doing a wear test on this foundation. I just feel like it looks like my skin. I just feel like my skin just looks really healthy. A little close up so you guys can see my skin up close. That was just my first impressions on like trying it out for the first time. Of course, we're gonna do a wear test. So right now it is 11:50 a.m. I'm gonna keep this foundation on for as long as possible. And we're gonna like, you know, do a check-in on how my makeup is looking. So like I said, it is 11:50 a.m. and I'm gonna come back periodically and just update you guys on how the foundation is holding up. So it is currently 1:33 p.m. and it's kind of like been an hour and 30 minutes. Not too long, but I did want to just update you guys so far on how my makeup is looking. Everything looks really beautiful. Let me just zoom in some more. So far, an hour in, everything is looking really good. I'm not really feeling oily or anything. My makeup still looks pretty good. I haven't done any touch-ups on my makeup. Usually I would kind of start to be oily like right now, but I'm it's looking pretty good so far. Okay, so it is now 4:14 p.m. and this is gonna be our final wear test check-in because I don't want this video to go up super late today. And the day that I posted this is the day that I'm filming this. But your girl made herself a nice smoothie. It's soothing her throat, so my throat feels a lot better now. But we gotta talk about this makeup. Let's zoom in. Let's see how the makeup is looking right now, about 4.5 hours in. I did not do any touch-ups. I also didn't powder my face today because I really wanted to see if this is a foundation that needs to be powdered or if you can get by with it. I will say it's not sticky. It doesn't leave like a sticky finish. As far as like transfer, I don't really see much transferring because this is a new product. I wanted to really test the limits of the product. The skin is looking really good. Okay, my skin looks good. I do feel like I'm a lot more luminous now because I feel like my T-zone is the area where I do get the most oily, and I am definitely getting pretty oily. You all know that I did not go with a mattifying primer. I just went in with a smoothing primer and I put it on this side of my face. I'm not seeing any separating of any sorts. My nose is a little bit oily. I can kind of tell. Even around my mouth, I feel like around my mouth is like the one place where I start to see a little bit of like settling, but I'm more so seeing the settling like around my nose. You probably can't tell on camera, but I do have a little bit of settling around the nose. I feel like my foundation wears off around my nose first, but I am not seeing any settling around my like small lines, which is really nice. First impressions on this foundation is really good. If you have oily skin, I feel like you definitely still can wear this foundation. I would just use your trusty go-to holy grail mattifying primer with it. I don't feel like I'm like super oily where I need to like powder or touch up anything at all. I just feel like with this, I would definitely make sure to put a mattifying primer in the areas where I feel most oily. But honestly, this foundation is really good. I know if you have oily skin and you hear of a luminous foundation, it sometimes kind of like sways you away from it, but I'm here to say that I have combo skin and I think it looks gorgeous 4 hours. And of course, I will update you guys on this foundation. I will continue to wear it and just let you guys know my initial thoughts after trying this out more. But as for my first impressions, I really like this foundation. I think it's beautiful. It's lightweight. It feels like there's nothing on my skin, and I love that in a foundation that's for every day. So you all know I love my makeup forever. I wear it every single day. I needed another good everyday foundation that I can just go to, and this is a really good one. For $42, it's definitely worth the price in my opinion. But I hope you all enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Bye guys.